This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat. That far, we keeping the foot on the what on the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the what on the Knicks. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I'm applying what unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? Eat birds and pipes. Let's talk about it now. Adrien Broner can be what we call good fucking riddance. PBC don't need Adrien Broner. They never did. PBC was doing Adrien Broner a fucking favor. And we know people are pushing certain narratives because they always want to see two black people divide themselves, and they want to see the divide and conquer. Black community fan bases do this shit all the fucking time, and i.e. the LDVC. They do this shit all the time. So we know what to expect. But this is not about that. This is not about Bluefin straddling TV. Straddling two sideways out of his mouth. Being a Finch fucking straddling beta. Because that's what he is at his truest and his most properest levels. This is about telling the fucking truth. Adrien Broner is like that show. I don't know what you call that show, but in that show, so that you guys can picture, oh, there it goes. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They have fucking lifelines. That's what they call. They have 3 fucking lifelines. Adrien Broner has used his 3 lifelines an infinity amount of times. Let me say it again. Adrien Broner has used his 3 lifelines an infinity amount of time. Adrien Broner is this type of person that is going to be exactly who he's going to be. A permanent setback with no fucking major comeback. Adrien Broner is not a minor setback for a major comeback. When Floyd said that, Floyd thought that Adrien Broner would get it. Floyd thought that Adrien Broner would have used the Marcos Maidana loss to basically define himself and to turn things around. But see, this is the thing in boxing. It's a quintessential thing in the sport. Pressure does what? It bursts pipes. And the pressure bursts pipes on Adrien Broner's rabbit ass. Adrien Broner is this type of individual that when pressure is around, pressure does what? It bursts pipes. There's 2 things that you can do with pressure. Either you can be molded by it. Either you and pressure can be best friends, right? Or pressure does what? It bursts pipes. Pressure bursts pipes on this motherfucker. He was more Zab Judah than he was Floyd Money Mayweather. And see, what people got to understand in this most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true telefashion is as simple as this. Adrien Broner is a poor man's gatekeeper. When you look at Sean Porter is the ultimate gatekeeper, right? But this is the new terminology that he knows to sport. And it's a he knows to sport original. So if you hear any other motherfucker say it, they've copied it and they've regurgitated off of what he knows to sport already said. He's a poor man's iteration of a gatekeeper. This is how Al Heyman looks at him. With Floyd Mayweather, he's a permanent setback with no major comeback. So they're not losing anything off of soliloquies of a poor man's gatekeeper. They're not losing anything off of the soliloquy of a permanent setback with no major comeback. Because Adrien Broner has already fulfilled his 3 lifelines infinity times over. Adrien Broner has made a lot of money with PBC. And see, this is what they want to do in divide and conquer, man. This is what He Knows the Sport was talking about. Blacks against blacks. They want to tell you what PBC is supposedly not doing, but it's because of PBC that fighters are independent. They govern their affairs. They have an LLC. They are independent contractors. Minus all of that, none of these financial independences that boxers have these days, for them to be able to have the financial wealth that they have, for them to be able to have promotions up under them, to where they have fighters under them. This shit was never happening in fucking boxing until it was a PBC thing. So it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, So AB had AB Promotions. He had Gervonta Tank Davis. He mismanaged Gervonta Tank Davis. So Floyd had to come up in there and sweep that motherfucker up because Adrien Broner couldn't do the right thing. Look at how he's been fucking up Gervonta Tank Davis, and Floyd had to basically grab Gervonta Tank Davis by the pure beta supreme tail that he had. Because, you know, all of these guys, they have one thing in common, pure fucking beta supremes. In order for them to graduate into alphas, they have to have a father figure in the home, or a father personality, or a actual father in the home, or a fatherhood like figure. that showcases itself. This is what Floyd was for Gervonta Tank Davis. This is what Leonard Ellaby was or is for Gervonta Tank Davis. And they single-handedly saved him from pure beta supreme ways and graduated him into a true alpha extraordinaire governed by true alpha economics, because he got rid of the ultimate pure fucking beta supreme in Adrien Broner. Guys that root for Adrien Broner are just like Adrien Broner. Have all this potential, but never turn it into fucking reality. Yeah, I'm dropping gems and jewels, dog. I'm offending people. I'm making people hot and bothered like grits, but it is the truth. Guys that root for Adrien Broner, like Adrien Broner, they have a lot of potential, but it doesn't come into fruition. It doesn't come into reality, because just like AB, all they are is nothing but Rudy fucking Pooh and Plum Plum fucking brains. Classic fucking Dose and Troglo fucking dykes. Ultra fucking fanboys with the fucking ultra fucking fanboy rhetorics. And what is as simple as this, and what's understood doesn't need to be explained, is that AB can kick fucking rocks. Because all this time he's been about bullshit. He didn't mentally shake it off. You know, like Aaliyah says, dust yourself off and try again. He didn't dust himself off and try again, dog. First you must succeed. Remember that song? Dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. This motherfucker ain't done that shit. So he doesn't understand the full weight, the full gravity, and the full magnitude of what that is associated with that and what is comprehended behind that. Because Adrien Broner chooses to be who he is, which is a guy who lacks and a guy who doesn't understand what he is. He took all his potential and wasted it to shit. You had Floyd Money Mayweather right there in your corner, and then you turn around and you trick that shit off? Come on, man. Whose fault is that? See, this is what boxing fans need to tell themselves, but they're not telling themselves this shit. And this is a PBC fault? Or is it a fact that Adrien Broner had 3 lifelines infinity times over, and all he showcased was about bullshit ways? That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, that's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.